Hey there everyone, Captain BEARDZ here, bringing you another Langrisser mobile video. Let's get it. Alright guys, so Narm. So I know I was supposed to put this video up yesterday, but funny story, I went to go check the votes and Liffany was winning the votes, so I built her up, got her to level 50, and was ready to do the character guide on her. But then I checked the voting system right before I was about to do the character guide, and Narm was actually ahead, and I was like, man, my Narm's not even ready. I already completed my daily missions for my XP potions. I'm kind of screwed here, so stood up super late last night, built her up a little bit as much as I could, and now I'm bringing you guys the video. So I apologize for not having this video up guys, but it is here now, so let's do it here. So Narm is a pretty cool unit. She's a free SR unit you're going to get in the beginning of the game, and being an SR, she's not too hard to pull. So as you can see, mine is 5-star, soon to be 6-star, and she is part of 3 fusion powers factions, whatever you want to call them. First one's Legion of Glory, second one is Princess Alliance, and third one is the Meteor Strike. Let's go ahead and talk about those real quick here. So Legion of Glory, now she actually has a valuable spot on this team, and the reason why I say this is because this team kind of suffers from ranged attackers. So for instance, Leiden, Elwyn, and Sherry are all melee DPS units, so they are not going to get in stay at that range. Liana is a healer, so obviously that's her job, is to heal. Hein is a great ranged unit, but he is a mage, so he's going to be doing those magic shots and stuff like that. Chris is another one that's also a ranged unit, but she's more like a close range DPS. She's a hybrid. It's very weird, or very weird. So Narm actually fits quite well on this team. Obviously you have the R units, and then you have the Trinity here at the bottom, which are fantastic units too. But Narm fits quite well here, and she can easily be put on this team. So you can run a Leiden, Elwyn, Sherry, Liana, and Narm. You can run Elwyn, Sherry, Liana, and Narm, whatever, with Chris. Doesn't matter. You can always fit Narm on the spot just because of how her kit is built. So into the Princess Alliance team here. Now this team is a little bit more tricky because you do have another unit that runs as an archer that's very strong too, which is going to be Luna. Luna you can run as an archer or a flyer, depending on your choice, your preference. Mine currently is an archer, and I'm going to keep her there because Sherry's my flyer, so I don't really need 2 flyers on this team. But you can have your Narm still on this team even if your Luna is an archer, just because she has a very valuable kit and tools to herself that makes her very good. So do not count Narm out on this team, even if your Luna is an archer. Who else here? You got Liffany, which is a mage, which we're going to be doing the character guide soon, guys. She's already built up, so she's ready to go. Yeah, and that's about it. So you got Lana here too. So it's really hard for Narm to compete on this team, just because the heavy range units such as Lana, Liffany, and Luna, when she's an archer and not a flyer, yeah, it can be very difficult. And not to mention Shelfinal herself too, because Shelfinal is not only a fusion power holder, but she's also a range damage dealer herself. So yeah, this team is a little bit more difficult to run Narm, but she can still find a place here, so do not mistake that, guys. And then the Meteor Strike team, which of course I cannot run this team just because I do not have a Zoraida yet. It's going to happen, guys. It's going to happen. But I can see her running on this team quite well, too. This is a very high-ranged team. Zoraida is an assassin. Diehard, you're probably going to be running him as an assassin, too. Maybe. Not too sure. Silverwolf, Kirikaze, Veraquea. All range units, pretty much. You can run some of them DPS dealers, close range. But majority of the time you're probably going to run them range, maybe, not too sure. But yeah, so this team, she can run quite well here, and this can be your very assassinish team. Stay at that range, kite the units, and attack from that distance. So for team builds, I would say have her as a support backline with your healer. So if I was running a team here, I'd be, like I said before, Leiden, Elwyn, Sherry, Liana, and Narm. are leading Chris, Narm, Liana, and then Sherry or Elwin in that spot, or Hein in that spot. So that would be my team there. For the Princess Alliance team, I run a twin power, and then 5th unit would be my Narm. So I would run Shelfino, Angelina, Liana, Lana, and then my Narm. Or I would run Shelfino, Angelina, Lana, Tiaris, and my Narm. Or not Narm, Narm. There we go. So that's what I would personally run if I was running my Princess Alliance team. But that's because I really like my twin power team. I don't use Luna and Sherry as much as I should, and that's going to be changing. And if I did have Zoraida, my team for the Meteor Strike would be Zoraida, Diehard, probably Juggler, Narm, so those 4. And then I would offset and pick up a healer from one of the other Princess Alliances, or Fusion Powers I should say. So that's what I would do if I was running the Meteor Strike team. That's my team builds for the girl. If you are using any other team builds, make sure you comment down below and let me know. Let's get into the upgrade class section, and then we'll go into the talent and skills. Alright, so in the upgrade class section, so dealing with Narm can be quite of a nuisance. If you are fighting a Narm in World Arena or the Arena, she can be actually kind of annoying, especially in the World Arena. In Arena, probably not because of the way the AI is. But for World Arena, yeah, she can be quite a nuisance. So let's go ahead and take a look at where you want to go with her. First of all, ignore General. Don't even go that path. The path you're going to start at is Archer, which she does get a great skill, Aim. Then Sniper, which she picks up Snipe. And then Ranger, which she picks up Deadly, and Deadeye, which we'll go over those in a second here. And then you got Pegasus Lord into Pegasus Master. Now, a lot of people deny bringing her to the flying path just because you do have Sherry and you do have Luna, which are way better flyers. I mean, a million times better flyers. And even if you have Angelina, Angelina is another one that is a flyer. Angelina is on all these teams just like Sherry. So Sherry's on every one of her teams. And the majority of the time, you're making your Sherry a flyer. So, yeah, I'd highly advise, do not make your Narm a flyer. It is absolutely pointless, especially with somebody like Sherry in the sky, and somebody like Angelina can even take the sky, Luna could take the sky, and they are just way better flyers. Now, the skills from the flyers are not bad. I mean, Magic Defense Command is Last Stand is another one that's Sprint is not too bad, but still, yeah, it's just not worth it. And if you had the extra runes to go ahead and pick up these skills, do not even freaking do it. It's just not worth it at all. Take her straight to the Ranger path, and you'll be happy there. Let's go over her talent here real quick. So her talents, Diversionary Tactics. When attacking, attack increases by 12%, so you're going to want to keep her on the offense. Target's mobility decreases by 3. That lasts 1 turn. It has a 2-turn cooldown. So the name of the game with Narm is pretty much Kite. It's pretty much hit somebody from far away and then keep them far away. So you're going to hit them and keep them far away. It's absolutely beautiful, the level of work that she can put in. So if you have somebody like a Leon, a Sherry, let's see who else. Who else has high mobility here? Angelina can have a little bit of mobility there. Luna, yeah. So Zoraida, Diehard, Juggler. If you hit any one of those units with Narm and they have that mobility decreased by 3, that can be a huge nuisance for them. So yeah, definitely watch out for the Narm. If you see them on the opposite team, be careful because your mobility is about to be destroyed. Into the skills here. Looking at the skills here, so for the skills, she has a very diverse set of skills here that you can easily swap around, and I mean easily swap around. So really, it's all about preference and how you want to go, but I am going to have a little bit of a recommendation here. So first of all, I recommend keeping on Roundabout. Do not take this off just because you really need it to really kite your opponent. So looking at this, when attacking increases damage dealt by 10%, which goes hand in hand with your talent. So that means once you attack, you not only are you going to get 12% from that, you're going to get 10% from Roundabout. So you're at 22% increase in attack just from having Roundabout here, which is very strong. After battle, you may move another 2 blocks. The bonus movement opportunity has a 1 turn cooldown. That means you're gonna get the 10% all the freaking time every single time you attack. But the movement after does have a 1 turn cooldown, so be very mindful of that. But that just goes hand in hand with her whole kit. Just being able to kite people, hit them, decrease their mobility, and then move away after is absolutely amazing, and I freaking love it. And that's why I say, guys, keep roundabout on. It only has a 1 turn cooldown too, so that's really freaking good. Then her next set here, I have aim on. Now, you can swap aim with deadly. It's completely up to you. Me personally, the reason why I have aim on, increases unit damage by 10%. So this is just going to happen once you activate it. That lasts 1 turn. When cast, can move an extra 2 blocks and attack. So this is just going to give her more mobility, allow her to kind of get across the map much easier, attack somebody, and then kind of get away from the rest of her moves here. But if you want to play the more passive game and not have to activate a middle skill, you can put on deadly. So running a there we go. Running a moveset like this, when attacking, attack increases by 12%, is absolutely beautiful itself, because guess what? You got 10% here, 12% here, and then 12% from her talent, which brings her at 34%, guys. She will have a 34% attack increase whenever she is attacking. That is freaking powerful. That makes her very strong. So do not count deadly out. If you do want to swap off aim for deadly, I do not see a problem in that at all, especially if you're running mobility boots. If you're running mobility boots, you really don't need aim, if I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you're not running mobility boots, then aim is not a bad thing to do. All right, so next skill I recommend would either be Snipe or Deadeye. Both are phenomenal. Really good moves. Now, me personally, I think Snipe is a little bit better. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Whoa, 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 what are you talking about? Blah, 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 blah. Well, first of all, Snipe only has a 2 turn cooldown. That's number 1. Second, they literally have the same distance. So range is 2, span is single, range is 2, span is single. And third, Snipe does have more damage. So you gotta get 1.4 times damage, while Deadeye only gets 1.3 times damage. So there's a difference there. They both do additional damage to flyers, which is really good. So both work like that. But here's where it changes, right? So with Snipe, after battle, 50% chance to prevent the target from casting skills for 1 turn. This is really good to hit healers with, or hit somebody that you know can use a fusion power, so you completely stop them from using a fusion power for that 1 turn, which is really good, and it cannot be dispelled, but that's a 50% chance. That's where it gets a little bit risky, right? And then this one, before battle, damage dealt is increased by 30%, so you're going to get increased damage here, which I forgot to read that. Ooh, your boy messed that up. So I think Deadeye, you are going to do a little bit of damage there. My bad, guys. And then after battle, prevents the enemy from receiving buffs for 2 turns, right? So Deadeye is good in itself. So maybe there is more damage in Deadeye. We're going to have to check that out. But do understand there is a 5 turn cooldown on that, while that's a 2 turn cooldown. So that can be a little bit of a nuisance. But you know what? For the sake of it, I do want to try this out, and we will see what happens there. Anyways, besides that, guys, that is my current talent, skill builds, and stuff like that. That's what I recommend right there. And like I said, swapping off Deadeye for Snipe is completely okay. And if you are not running mobility boots, then go with aim. Let's go ahead and take a look at her soldiers. Now, for the soldiers, you have a couple different choices, and it's pretty freaking nice, right? Now, I have angels on, but if I'm going to be honest with you guys, angels is not a good choice on your Narm. The reason why is if you are running her as an archer the way I am currently running her, then the angels are going to do absolutely nothing for you, and you're going to see them just stand there and look pretty. That's it, which is not good. So what you're going to want to do is probably throw on the sky archers. With the sky archers, their ability is really nice. Terrain has no effect on mobility, which is good. And then when attacking, attack increases by 12%. On top of throwing on the Sky Archers, I know my craft's going to decrease because my Angels are super powerful and Sky Archers are not. On top of running the Sky Archers, they are Archers, which means the damage that your Narm is going to do to Flyers is going to be absolutely catastrophic to them. So yeah, Sky Archers are definitely the way to go. High Elves, not that bad either. You just got to watch your terrain. Who else we got? Honorable mentions here. No one. They all suck. Just kidding. Alright, you got... I mean, Bolt Rangers are okay. If attacked when your HP is above 50%, 30% chance to decrease damage taken by 50%. Yeah, don't even go with those. Yeah, the Ballistas. I don't like Ballistas. So yeah, I'd say Sky Archers if you're running Narm as an Archer or High Elves, whichever one you kind of have access to. My preference is definitely all day Sky Archers, 100%. And if you're running her as a Flyer, which how dare you, don't do that, then you can go on Angels, right? Equipment. Now, as you can see, I am running the mobility boots, which means HP plus 2%, mobility plus 1, which is really good because that means I don't need to run aim here. So that's why I'm saying you don't have to run aim if you're running the speed boots. I call them mobility boots, my bad, speed boots, guys. Now let's go into her equipment here. So she's based off of attack, since she can kite so well. So you want to have as much attack percentage up as possible because she doesn't really care about anything else. She just cares about doing as much damage as possible and then getting away. That's Narm's whole kit. That's why she was built. That's why she was created. So looking at this, Nighthawk is not too bad. I'm going to get attack plus 4%, magic defense plus 2%. It's okay. Then I got Gargoyle Jacket, HP plus 2%. When attacked, defense increases by 6%. That's just going to give her a little bit of defense. And then we got Survival Helmet, defense plus 6%. Like I said, a little bit of defense here. And then Speed Boots, of course, HP 2%, mobility plus 1. I'm after that mobility. So into the enchantments here. Now, you can actually run Narm on... Let's go over it here. You can run Narm on Rough Sea because she's always focused on attacking, right? So when attacking, attack increases by 10% and damage taken is reduced by 15%. So you can always run Narm on Rough Sea and you can be perfectly fine with that. Or you can go on Full Moon. It is completely up to you. Just know with Full Moon, you got to make sure that you keep her above that 80% HP. If you go below that 80% HP, you're going to suffer because, you know, she's not going to get that 10% increase in the offensive stats. That's why Rough Sea is a little bit better for her because when your health drops below 80%, you don't really care because guess what? You're still going to get the 10% attack increase. But she will probably not be able to take a hit with Rough Sea. Understand that, guys. So if you decide to run Rough Sea and your Narm gets one shot, don't come back to my video and say, BEARDZ, you're a terrible person and you never make videos again. I'm going to be like, well, are you running Rough Sea? Yes. Did you get hit? Yes. Well, that's why. So understand that, guys. So what do I recommend for enchantments? Full Moon and Rough Sea all day, 100%. And for the enchantment, what stats you're going after is attack. Now, I got unlucky on a lot of these. So I got magic defense here and then attack here, 2%. Then I got attack 2%, HP 2%, and then I got crit 6%, attack 7, and defense 3%. So I definitely have to re-roll a lot of these because they are just not freaking good at all, especially that one. Yeah. So we will be re-rolling those and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I am definitely going to end the video here because I think that was long enough, but that is your character Narm guide. Then I'm going to do a character Liffany guide, and then I'm going to use a Narm, our boy. Let's go over here real quick. We're going to be using Narm, we're going to be using Matthew, and we're going to be using Liffany on a whole team. So I'm going to figure out a team to create, and I'm going to use all of those units on one team. So, and then bring them to a showcase, which I will do a showcase on all 3 of those units. So that way you guys can see them all in action. So look forward to that video, but the next video, guys, is going to be a Liffany one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And like I always say, if you are building your Narm in any other way, please comment down below and let me know. Other than that, guys, stay awesome, stay positive. Peace out.